What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Mika Chanel, back with another edition of Mika Chanel is Just Saying. All right, I am back. I took a break last week. I had some stuff going on. I am back this week. This is not the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Reunion Part 3 video. I will be getting to it. I'm not sure when. But I will be getting to it, trust me. Anyways, tonight what I'm talking about is the Real Housewives of Dallas, you guys. My first Real Housewives of Dallas video. This is season 1, episode number 5. I'm finally getting around to blogging about this. I like to get a feel for, you know, everybody on the show. I like to get, before I start blogging about it, I like to be able to, one, tell the characters apart. Well, not characters, but tell the people apart. And it was a little hard with this show, so that's why it's taking me to episode 5. But I finally got it down. So let's just do a rundown of the people on the show. We've got Brandy, who I really, really like. She is so far one of my favorites on the show. Well, I don't know if I would say I have a favorite on the show, but I really like her laid-back personality. She used to be a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader, and she's just really laid back, and she doesn't seem to let a lot bother her. And she just seems to want to get along with people and just have a good time and drink her Jesus juice. I find it hilarious that her and her best friend, who's also on the show, Stephanie, call it Jesus juice, because I like to call it Jesus juice myself, because I'm like, didn't Jesus turn water into wine? Okay, then that makes it Jesus juice. Okay, isn't that what the Bible says? Anyways, like I said, I really like Brandy. And then Stephanie, like I said, is her best friend. Stephanie she seemed like she probably was like prom queen, or, you know, she's just really a sweet Southern girl, and, you know, that Southern belle that you think about. It seems to be what Stephanie is. She's raised in a very nice, wholesome family, and she's just really soft-spoken and really sweet, and I like her. And then we've got Carrie, who says that she is not a trophy wife, okay? She is a Lifetime Achievement Award, okay? Her and her husband work together. Her husband is a plastic surgery, and she is a registered nurse. So she works with him when he does surgeries and things like that. And other than that, she's just living the good life, you know, making sure she looks good. And did y'all see her do yoga in the last episode last week? I'm like, okay, all right. I ain't mad at all. You know, I like Carrie. She's got a really good personality. She's like, you know, doesn't seem like she wants to take any crap from anybody. And, you know, I'm kind of liking her. We have Tiffany. Tiffany just relocated back to Dallas. She's from Dallas, but she went to LA to be a model, and she was there for like years and years. It seemed like majority of her adult life, I'm thinking, she was there. And she just recently moved back to Dallas with her husband to be, just to be closer with her family and some of her friends, because she just feels like she's more of a Dallas girl than an LA girl or whatever. And she's really, really, really good friends with Leanne. Leanne is the last person on the show. There's 5 of them. So Leanne is, I don't really know how to describe Leanne other than she's very insecure, and she just, I don't know, she has a chip on her shoulder, and for some reason she has it in for Brandy. I'm not really sure why, but she does, and she just really has a chip on her shoulder, and she always says that growing up the way that she did, you know, you would be a little insecure too or whatever. But I'm like, girl, you are like, what, 40-something years old? Possibly a little older. It's time to grow up and deal with your own life and with the way it is now. Not the way it was when you were a child. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She's really into charity. Charity is like her life. She basically seems like she fought her way into the Dallas elite or whatever she wants to say, and she's happy she's there. And I don't know if her insecurities come from the fact that has less money than the rest of the ladies, or that she's not married. I'm not really sure, but she I don't really like her too much at all. She's like the one character that I'm not really feeling, and nobody else likes her except for Tiffany. Her and Tiffany are really good friends. They grew up together. And it just seems like no one really too much has anything good to say about Leanne, but that may change. We're only on episode 5, so we'll see. So episode 5 opens up where episode 4 left off at. They were at the cocktail party that I think her name is Marie. She's friends with Leanne, but she also talks, says that Leanne is hard to, a hard person to be friendly with, but she is still friends with Leanne. So I guess she throws, every month or every other month or something like that, the ladies take turns throwing these really big, elaborate cocktail parties, and they invite 30, 40 women, and, Dallas society is very exclusive, I guess, and these ladies have some money, okay? All except for Leanne, but I'm thinking Leanne has a little bit of something too. But these ladies are rolling in the dough, okay? Seriously, I ain't mad at all, and I kind of like it because, there's, I'm hoping that there is no crabs in a bucket type syndrome that they have on this show. I'm sick of that. Anyways, like I said, it opens up where last week left off at the cocktail party, and Leanne, Leanne just has it in for Brandy, Carrie, and Stephanie. Mainly Brandy, though. And so Tiffany wanted Leanne to come over and just kind of talk it out with Brandy, and, they were talking. Brandy's very calm. She's got that really calm voice. She doesn't seem like she ever raises her voice, at least she hasn't yet. But Leanne just goes off for some reason. She goes off. She throws her champagne on the ground, breaks the glass, and, tells Stephanie that she's friends with Brandy, and Brandy is basically a piece of shit trash. And I'm just like, damn, girl. I mean, seriously? I thought you were so high society. How are you sitting here acting like this? I mean, she was the only one acting drunk and out of control. Clearly she was drunk. And she was clearly out of control. And so then she storms out the party, and Tiffany follows her, trying to calm her down. Then Leanne goes off on Tiffany, talking about, you don't have my back. And Tiffany's like, what the hell? I've always had your back. And so they're going back and forth. And then Leanne, just goes out, and first of all, she pushes the camera, tries to get the camera to stop filming her acting a fool. She takes her shoes off and just storms across the street with cars coming and everything, and just walks. I don't know if she walked a happy ass home or she walked somewhere where she can get a cab. I don't know where the hell she walked to, but I was like, why the hell is she tripping like this? And she's talking about other people don't have manners. Nobody else was in there acting crazy, yelling, throwing glasses, knocking champagne over, and calling people bitches and trash and all of this, So, Tiffany's pissed off that Leanne, told her she didn't have her back or whatever. She goes back inside and she's like, you guys, I'm so sorry that I kind of caused this, because she did get Leanne to go over there, because at first when they all first came to the party, they were, Leanne was on one side, and, they were kind of, just trying to not, to avoid each other, but it is what it is. Stephanie's inside, she's crying, and Brandy's trying to calm her down and just saying Leanne definitely has some issues or whatever, but I don't know. Stephanie's a little more sensitive than the other ladies, I guess, and I'm not really sure. I was really confused as to why Leanne just started snapping the way she did. She has something against Brandy, and I don't know what it is. And it can't just be that Mad Hatter's hat, because the one episode when they had the Mad Hatter's party and Brandy made a hat and she put fake turds, fake boo-boo on her hat. And, I'm sitting here if there was an issue with that hat, there should have been an issue with everybody's hat, because it was some tacky ass hats at that party, okay? So I just feel like Leanne just has something else against Brandy. I don't know. Maybe she wants her husband. I don't know. But the girl is just, I don't know. She just has it in for Brandy. And hopefully it's going to come out what the real reason is throughout this season. I'm hoping. I don't know. She was on Watch What Happens Live one night, but I accidentally deleted the recording, so I didn't get to see what she was talking about. Anyways, the next day, People seem to, have moved on from it, except for Leanne and Tiffany, because they both are feeling a little sad about the argument that they had because they're such good friends or whatever. Leanne is talking to her boyfriend, her living boyfriend, and telling him about it, and he's just like, she's saying this, she doesn't understand why Tiffany got so mad and why, she was very calm and Tiffany was the one that was yelling at her or whatever. And I'm sitting here like, were you watching the same show I was watching, girl? You were living it. So no, you were not calm. And even her boyfriend was like, I'm sure you weren't, that calm or whatever. And then Tiffany's talking to her husband about it, and her husband doesn't seem all that interested in it, because I don't really think he likes Leanne all that much. He has said in one episode that, it seems like the only person that likes Leanne is Tiffany, and maybe she needs to find new friends. But Tiffany's, very, very, very upset about the argument that her and Leanne had, and Leanne saying that she doesn't have her back or whatever. And then you see like Stephanie, she's at her house and she talks a little bit about it to her husband about what happens, and she almost starts to cry, but it's their anniversary and her husband is like, well, we got to get ready and get out of here. We got plans. We ain't got time. He was like, Leanne is the worst of your troubles, girl. Don't even worry about it. Because Stephanie is just so upset and feeling like, she tarnished her name and her husband's name. And I'm like, Stephanie, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything wrong, okay? And just like her husband said, like, girl, Leanne is the least of your problems. And let's go on up here and get dressed so we can go on out for our anniversary, okay? We ain't got time for the bull, all right? And then Brandy's at her house. She don't even really mention the whole situation that happened because her grandfather is coming into town. She has never actually met her grandfather before because, well, the story that she grew up thinking was that because her mother had her when she was 15 years old, and she felt like her grandfather disowned her mother or whatever, but then she learned that that's not really the story. The story is that her mom and dad, her grandparents got divorced, and her mom was kind of really angry with her dad and just kind of took the mom's side, and they kind of, just didn't really have a relationship, and that's why Brandy didn't have a relationship with him either. But anyway, so Brandy reached out to him and, asked him to come and visit her and her family in Texas. And so he came with his wife. I thought it was a really sweet scene. They sat down for dinner. They had a little chit chat. I thought it was a nice scene. It's always nice when families can reconnect, especially reconnecting with your grandparent, so especially, if they're still alive. They have the wisdom and just having that part of you in your family. It's not like it was a long lost cousin or somebody, even though that's good. Those people, cousins are good to connect with as well. But, a grandparent is, it means a lot when you have grandparents in your life. And so anyways, we're going to come back to that, a little later. So during that same day, which is the next day after the big showdown, some of the ladies attend a clothing charity where they're donating clothes. I'm not sure what the charity was, but I know they were all donating clothes. And charity seems to be the main theme with the Dallas ladies. Like, they take charity very seriously. I guess the more charities you're involved in, the more highly favored you are, or the way, you're looked at better in society. And that's how you basically get in with the elite crowd, is by participating, helping out, volunteering, donating or whatever to these charities. So anyways, so Leanne is the first one to get there because charity is her life. Like, that is like all she hangs her hat on is her charitable contributions and things like that. She said in the beginning, in the very first episode, that she's not the one that donates the big dollars, but she brings in the donors and things like that. And that's why she says that she needs to protect her image and all of that. But not getting drunk at a cocktail party, girl, and acting a fool in public, that's not protecting your image, all right? I mean, for real. Anyway, so she gets there, and then Tiffany gets there, and then Carrie gets there. Those are the three that came and showed up to the charity donation, little clothing drive or whatever. And Leanne basically ignores Carrie and Tiffany, and this really hurts Tiffany because you know, she really feels bad about everything. She doesn't want the relationship. She says that part of the reason she's back in Dallas is because of LeAnn and their friendship and things like that. And she said that they had a fight, you know, when Tiffany first moved away to LA, and I guess LeAnn felt like Tiffany was abandoning her, and she said they didn't talk for like 2 years. So like I said, LeAnn got some issues, all right? She got some serious issues that she may need to go talk to somebody about, all right? She's a grown-ass woman. She needs to grow the fuck up, okay? Seriously, point blank period. Grow the fuck up, all right? Anyways, so, you know, they're at the little drive. When it's over, Tiffany calls LeAnn from her phone in the car, and it's just like, you know, I really don't like things to be the way they are with us. Can we please meet and have, you know, a little chit chat and try to make up and move on? I don't know why Tiffany feels the need to be the first to reach out, but I guess somebody needs to be the first to reach out. Me personally, I think I'm a little bit more ornery or you know, just what do you call it, stubborn or whatever you want to call it. I'd have been like, fuck that bitch. If she want to call me, let that bitch call me. If not, fuck that bitch. That's probably how it would have been. It's probably not the way to be, especially with people that you're close with, but that's just kind of how I am, especially if I'm not in the wrong. If I'm in the wrong, then maybe I will reach out. But if I feel like I'm not in the wrong, no, I'm not reaching out. Fuck that bitch. Anyways, in the next scene, you see Stephanie and her husband. They are ready to go out and hit the town for their anniversary, okay? They step out. They get into their Rolls Royce. That Rolls Royce was nice. It looks like one of those Rolls Royces that you see in the movies. That people like to take pictures with and things like that, and people rent these for their weddings. And actually, she did say that they actually did rent that for their wedding and to take pictures and stuff. And then when it came up for sale, her husband ended up buying it, which is really, really sweet. Her husband seems to really be into her. Just really seems to be in love with her. And just by the way, just his actions, the way, because this is really the first episode that I can remember. Yeah, I think this is the first episode that we've really seen him a lot in the episode, and he really seems to love her, you know. And anyway, so they head out in their Rolls Royce, and he takes her to a jewelry store so that she can pick out a bracelet for as an anniversary gift. Now, I guess he had already gone to this jewelry store ahead of time, which is probably smart, and he picked out a few pieces for her to pick from, okay? So he went like, you can't just walk up in this damn store and try and get everything you want and embarrass me when I say I can't afford it, all right, okay? So I'm gonna pick out these little pieces right here that I know I can afford, and then you can pick whichever one you want. I'm like, okay, that's smart. I think his name was Travis. That's smart. That's what I'm talking about, all right? But shit, the bracelet she's picked out was still like $45,000 or whatever, so hell, I ain't mad. It was nice too. It was a nice bracelet. And then they go on and finish celebrating their anniversary. But I just really thought that was sweet and that was romantic. That's the only reason why I talked about it. I love to see things like that. And not just the fact that he bought her something very expensive, but that he took the time out to like take her out. He took the time to go to the jewelry shop and pick out a few pieces that he thought she would like, and then let her choose from those pieces or whatever. I really thought that was really sweet or whatever. Anyways, I kind of skipped over the scene. I skipped to the scene with Brandy and her grandfather coming. That actually happened after that, but whatever, you know. Y'all know her grandfather came. And then she actually has a barbecue, but that's a little later. Let me first talk about Tiffany and LeAnn. It wasn't much to this scene, but Tiffany and LeAnn decide to meet and have a little light lunch or whatever and kind of discuss their issues. As soon as LeAnn comes in, she sees Tiffany. She walks over to Tiffany and says, I'm sorry, I love you. You know, she really doesn't want to confront, you know, anything that happened, but she knows that they need to talk about it and get it out of the way. Then Tiffany apologizes for yelling at her on the street or whatever. And so I guess they're friends again. We didn't really see a whole lot of back and forth conversation in the scene. But I guess they made up. And everything is good. And Tiffany can go back to being LeAnn's ride or die chick is what she said she was, okay? So anyways, over at Brandy's house, she's having a barbecue for her family. Her brother comes over because, you know, they've never met this man, the grandfather or whatever. So her brother comes over with his family. And, you know, they're all having a good time. She had invited Stephanie to come with her family. And when Stephanie gets there, she says that her husband went to play golf and he was going to, you know, be on his way. And I guess when Stephanie calls her husband, he tells her that he's also with Brandy's husband, and they're going to be there in a few minutes. They had stopped off and get a drink. Now this really hurts Brandy because her husband travels a lot. He's like hardly ever home. He seems to travel majority of the time, like probably like, I don't know, maybe 70-80% of the time he's gone. And so the fact that he came into town, which she knew he was coming into town, and that's why she planned the barbecue on that day. And the fact that he was home and he didn't come straight home. You know, he was in town, but he didn't come straight home. Instead, he went out and had drinks with, you know, with his boys or whatever. That really hurt her. And that would hurt me too, because that would make me feel like the same way she felt, that it wasn't important to him. You know, what's important to her should be important to him, especially something like meeting your grandfather for the first time and having a family gathering or whatever. And then when he comes into the house, he doesn't even say anything to her. He doesn't give her a kiss. He doesn't even say hi. Hey, babe, how you doing? Like, he speaks to her brother. He picks up their daughter. She asks him, is he hungry? He doesn't even respond. He goes, you know, he says a quick hi to the grandfather, and then he goes outside, and that seems to be where he stayed for the rest of the barbecue. And, you know, Brandy followed him outside and tried to talk to him, and he's basically, you know, giving her just basically brushed her off. Like, she didn't even matter. And I'm just like, oh my God. And then she looked like she wanted to cry in her interview. And this isn't the first time that it seemed like she, you know, wanted to cry a little bit because of her marriage and the way that her husband treats her. So I'm not really sure what that's about. She said they have been together since they were like in high school, I think she said. So it could just be, you know, sometimes when you're together for such a long time, you kind of get tired of each other and you take each other for granted or whatever. But hopefully they work it out. I mean, they have very small children, and I don't know. It was a little weird, you know. I know a few episodes ago he was upset with her because she told him about when they went out for to a strip club, her and Stephanie, and I guess she danced on the stage or whatever. He was mad with her about that, but that seemed to have, you know, that was a few episodes ago. So I'm sure in, you know, in real life that had happened like weeks and weeks prior. I'm not sure though, but that's the way it is playing out in my head. But either way, you know, meeting her grandfather for the first time is a big deal. And she clearly needed his support, and he wasn't there for her. So hopefully we see something better going on in their marriage, because I just hate to see a struggling marriage on TV. That just is not, I don't like to see it. It makes me uncomfortable to watch it, and I'm sure it makes them uncomfortable when they have to rewatch the episodes, you know. Anyways, that's all I have. I'm gonna go upstairs and read her blog, and see if she says anything about her husband in the blog, you know. But yeah, that's the end of the episode, and that's really all I have for the episode. Like I said before, I am a housewife junkie, so I will be watching this show, and I'm going to try to get my vlogs done on Tuesday night because it comes on Monday. So I'm going to try to get these vlogs in on Tuesday nights for you guys, and, you know, stick to that schedule. And I am going to vlog about the third reunion show for Beverly Hills. I know a couple of people asked me about it, and I am definitely going to give my opinion on it, okay? And then, of course, you know, the Real Housewives of New York came on last night, so I actually need to go upstairs and watch that, do my notes, and then come back down here, hopefully tonight, if I don't fall asleep, and give you guys a review on that. Otherwise, it'll definitely be tomorrow afternoon sometime, okay? So until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned. Oh, first, before I say all that, tell me what you thought about Real Housewives of Dallas if you're watching it, you know. Let me know what you think about the ladies on there. Do you think that the show is, you know, fits in with Housewife chain, with the Housewife brand? Do you think you're going to like the ladies? Which one of the ladies do you like the most so far? And all of that. Give me your thoughts so far up through episode 5 of the Real Housewives of Dallas, okay? And now until next time, please stay real, stay safe, and stay tuned to Mika Chanel is just saying. Bye-bye.